What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Craftoria. Hello. Today, I want to take a little bit of a break from modern industrialization. I want to get into mechanism. I want to start making lithium. I want to start getting some lithium production. And to get lithium, we need our thermal evaporation chamber. And then you can get brine, and then you turn the brine into lithium, and you condense it. So let's just get right into it, shall we? All right. So I think I already have everything needed. So if I go mechanism, or I want to make a couple of these. I don't know how much we're gonna need those. So I believe it's something like this. And I think it's 18 blocks up or 18 blocks, 17 blocks. But I forget. I think it's 18 total. Okay, so that's 17. That might be the max size. It's gonna be hollow. So if I just go like this, think this will be the max size. If not, it'll be close to the max size. Might be off by one. Not sure. So it is hollow. So I'm going to need at least two of these, but may make more. Let me double check how this is built. So I think I built this wrong. I think it's meant to be a 4x4, not a 3x3. Honestly, I forget. It's been a little bit since I built one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it can stay open on the top. Forget where these valves go. I think that's like max. I can put solar panels up there, I think. All right, so I don't know what I did wrong, but it is a 4x4. Once I put the controller in, it is turning into a multi-block. I don't know what I did before wrong, but now it's actually the correct thing. Yeah, so now we can do two valves. Yeah, so we want water. That should be getting water. Okay. Now we also need heat. Like that, pulling in some heat. Perfect. Point. That perfect. So now I don't know how high I want this to go. 1,000. We are now producing brine. This is only calling it a height 15. I think I can get more out of it. Let's try. And you might be able to get one more layer out of it. Sure. Height 17. Not enough room in output. Okay, it's full already. Terrific. Okay, so now we need to take this brine and turn it into lithium. Yeah, let's make this again for some brine. So I'm actually going to remove the heater over here. Okay, now here I want, all right, so let's try this. Let's take our resistive heater, put it there. Hopefully that will work on the top. I think so. Let's just go 1,000. Then I also need output here. Valve. Let's go for a fluid drawer. Now we're getting brine. Now this needs the brine as what? Oh yeah, these guys. Mechanical pipe. So if we go like that, make this an output. Terrific. This should start taking brine in, heating it up. Now I have liquid lithium. That's fine. We'll let this fill up with brine. I guess this will fill up and then that will fill up. Okay, cool. So that's a good starting point. That's just the basics. And now we need to start processing that lithium into lithium dust, which is just a chemical crystallizer. Might be forgetting a step. So I'm at liquid lithium. Then I need to decondense. All right. So that one uses the pressurized pipe. Pressurize that. Okay, there's some lithium. Awesome. So now if I take the chemical crystallizer, amazing. Now we're getting lithium. Heat upgrade. All right. So now we're getting lithium pretty quickly. So we're just gonna go for a drawer. Like that. Perfect. Now we have lithium being produced. All right. So now since we have lithium, which I don't even think I ever said why we need lithium, is to make giant batteries and hold and transfer a lot of power, like a lot. At some point, once all this fills up, I want this to backlog to, I guess, to 1.2 million. I don't know if I'm ever going to need 1.2 million lithium, say 50,000. Once that backlogs, our brine will start backlogging over here. And then we can take that brine and get sodium from an electric separator. So we get some brine, turn it into sodium and chlorine. You can now take the sodium and then you make superheated, use it in a fission reactor. Then you get superheated sodium. It just cools it faster. I've never done it that way. It might be something fun to try out. But the main reason I want this is for, I think it's like the induction cells, like the very big batteries. So we'll let that fill up. I also changed the heat to 3,000, and I think that's like with the max. Oh, is that 4? But yeah, it's not going past this. I think 3,000 is kind of like a sweet spot. I put it at 5 at one point. We'll probably slowly start dropping. Yeah, I don't know if we can make the induction cells right now, but we can try. So it looks like we do have everything we need to get a very, very big battery. So we're just gonna let this kind of do its thing. I'm making 10 of the induction cells and 10 of the providers. So it might take a little bit. Hopefully we have everything we need. The lithium even on here. Oh yeah. It doesn't even take that much lithium. Yeah, we're gonna get this induction cell matrix set up and then we can hold a lot of power. Not that we're producing a lot of power or need a lot of power yet, but a lot of power. All right. I decided to make two more of these systems just because having more brine is never a bad thing. Now we just have a little bit more brine and lithium being produced. But I believe all of our batteries are ready. Yes. So 10 production cells, 10 induction cells. Be quite a bit of power. We can upgrade more, obviously, if we need. Doesn't matter what goes where. Oh, I'm going to need another layer. All right. So we'll grab our induction cells. I believe it works with air blocks in there. Yes, it does. Terrific. Now, if I just go of that as a port, so now this thing can hold, is that 16 billion power? I think that's what that is. It can pull 500 million and get 500 million at a time. I think that's a decent amount for now. 500 million in and out. We're not even remotely producing that. So let's set up all of our inputs to this, and everything can come out of here. All right. So we're gonna make this one the output, and then I have a few ports up here just for input. So we're gonna go anything that's producing power. I want it to come into here and then come out of this. As of right now, this one. Yep. Bypass limit. It'll take everything. We'll do their test network. Also bypass limit. And from here, we should know what that one meant. But yeah, this thing can hold 16 trillion power, I believe. I don't think we're gonna be running out anytime soon if we fill this thing up. All right, so now we just have to find anywhere that has a plug and change that power to the main output. So for example, this one, main, fine, yeah. So I'm gonna go around, try to find whatever plugs I can and change them all to come out of here now. All right, I found as many as I could. I'm sure there's more other ones, but as long as they're still getting power, I don't. Let's see if we can start making some uranium and yellow cake and all that yummy stuff. At some point, get into a reactor and start producing enough power for this thing. Haven't really found a use for this power yet, but I'm sure something wants it. All right, so it should be pretty easy to potentially start making some fissile fuel. The first thing we're gonna need is some uranium, which I think we have a decent amount. Yeah, I got 40,000 from the modern industrialization version. But to make the fissile fuel, we need uranium oxide. Get uranium oxide, we need yellow cake uranium, which is the enrichment sugar. Oh, I already can already make that. If I say, I already made that recipe. Amazing. So we take our yellow cake uranium. That just goes into a enrichment chamber to make it. And we put that into a chemical oxidizer. We will go chemical oxidizer, some nitro cables. That's getting power. Great. Yeah, so I need to get yellow cake uranium coming from somewhere. Go for wireless controller. Back there. I realize don't think I have that many things producing power, but it's fine. If we do, we have them. Next to this. Beautiful smart cable. I'm gonna go export top of this. Awesome. Now we're getting uranium oxide. Yeah, so that's one of the things we need. We'll go for a fluid drawer. Oh, can you not put chemical? Oh, it needs the chemical tank. All right, so we'll take our chemical tank. That's filling in there. That's our uranium oxide. All right, so next one we need is the hydrofluoric acid, which is sulfuric acid and fluorite. Okay, so we're gonna have the same setup over here. We're gonna go chemical oxidizer. Yeah, and you are gonna pull in sulfur dust. We'll do the same, the tank over here. All right, so the next step is we're gonna take that sulfuric acid and we're gonna mix it with fluorite to get the hydrofluoric acid. Well, that's sulfuric acid. I'm picking the wrong thing. Sulfur dust, sulfuric. Yeah, I'm getting sulfuric dioxide. Something's wrong here. All right, so I'm not sure why that's not work, but we're gonna go for the chemical injector. Yeah, so this should be taking it. I got my sulfur dioxide coming. And I also need oxygen. I need oxygen. Now I have modern industrialization. I guess let's just see if that works. I know it's a lot of chemicals and technical blah blah blah, but we're getting there. And then we'll make fissile fuel, and then that's probably what we're gonna call it for today. All right, so I added this rotary condensator. Now that same water source is low. So I'm just getting water vapor. Now all we need to do is mix the water vapor and sulfuric trioxide. Yeah, mix the water and the sulfuric trioxide to get sulfuric acid. So making some good progress. All right, so I have water vapor and I have the sulfuric trioxide going into the chemical diffuser. We're getting sulfuric acid. I had to change the power cables because I wasn't getting enough power. Now we have hydrofluoric acid, and we have our yellow uranium oxide. So the now we have fissile fuel. That's super exciting, and it's a whole lot going on here. But that's all I really cared about for now. So from this, we can start making a reactor. But that's it for this week, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Also, hightail videos. So probably coming soon. Like right after this, probably in a day or two. All right. Join the Discord, all that stuff. See you later. Okay. Bye bye.